Welcome to Creatively Exposed, a podcast and safe space for Black and marginalized creatives to empower, educate, and uplift you through the final product of self and creation. Bring a homie, share with a homie, and enjoy the show. Welcome back to Creatively Exposed. It is 11:11 and I'm actually recording this early because I've been brainstorming, and so if you are new here, welcome back to Creatively Exposed, a podcast that is a safe space that rehumanizes the creative during the rough draft and all of the drafts, to be quite honest, all the way to the finished product. And so many different thoughts. However, the biggest thing I would say is community. It's been one of these strange seasons where many days I don't have much to say, express, or even write. And this past weekend, well, when you listen to this, it was like 2 weekends ago, but this past weekend, I was able to be a part of 𝐂𝐚𝐬𝐡 Doesn't Climb Trees, the book launch, which is a really dope Filipino poetry collection. I'll put the link in the show notes if you're interested in that. And just being in community with fellow poets just reminded me that I am a poet. Sometimes when silence has lasted too long within, right? And that's within the creative mind. It feels like you're not a creative at all. And maybe it's just me, right? But there have been moments in this year that I'm like, am I a writer? Am I a poet? Do I even have anything to write? Is there anything to say? Do I have any poetry left within me? Is this shit even good enough, right? Because everyone has moments, and so even while having deadlines and getting out of my comfort zone with some of the things that I have been working on, I'm just like, oh, this shit is trash, bro. And then I asked myself, I told myself, like, if there is someone out there who believes in my capability to do something, then why the fuck can't you? You know what I'm saying? Like, how dare you have the audacity to downplay the spaces that you are invited in, to diminish the work that you have done to be considered a fellow XYZ. And so I think sometimes we get so busy living life and trying to survive and making it and whatever that If you hear rustling, I'm sorry. It's my bonnet. Eventually, I'll get back to like fully editing these and whatever. But I'm giving you raw episodes because that is all the capacity I have. But sometimes we're so busy living life that we forget. And when I say we, I'm saying myself especially. I've forgotten the joy and the reminder and the inspiration of being in community with the people of my genre that speak to my soul, with writers, with poets, with artists. And it becomes desensitizing to creativity. Like, sometimes the heart grows fonder, but sometimes it grows cold. And so, don't sleep on that. Listening to poems, and I only got like half of the event, and it just was so enriching, so enriching. There's a poem that the author, he goes by Butch, writes to his wife. Wow. Part of it is like, every day I meet you again, or something like that. Bruh. Y'all gotta get it. I read it. I was honored to blurb it, to be considered, like, yo, somebody asked me to blurb their book. Me? And so it's an honor, and it's such a beautiful, it's a lot of grief, but it's like, grief is love, right? And it's painful, but it's beautiful. Tagalog is also in there. I believe there's another language as well, if I'm not mistaken. But to sit in a room with poets reading their work, celebrating someone else read their work, wow. What a reminder that these are all parts of me that I have not poured into. And so then the day after, I went to the South Florida Press Festival. I think that's all of the words. It's like SPFF or some shit. Never been to that. And I was just like, yo, I gotta go there for some reason. I just gotta go. And basically, it's a festival of printers, people who do print, zines, artists, but all different variations of hand printing or machine printed work that people do, right? It's wild. Like, there was somebody who did like poster size things. There was a mother with her son that was on the spectrum and printed his own poetry, and like, you can hang it in places. And there was a Islandia journal as one of them. There was a couple of different presses, indie publishers, folks who do hand printed zines themselves. Like, it's fucking wild. And so I'm not hoping, my plan is to, I have some zines that I want to print, since I've had a lot of those this year. So do what I do best, do it my damn self. So those in between zines that haven't had a home yet, I'll give it its home, and so I'm planning on doing something really cool with a press that I found that's like, it's a mom and a daughter who own it. That's so lit to me. So those, but what it did again is reinforce, hey, you've been ignoring this creative part of you for a while. It's time to come home to that. And so, even movies, like consuming things, I definitely did see Wakanda Forever. I will not be having spoilers. But what it all gave me is be in awe. Find ways to continue to be in awe, to be inspired, to re-inspire yourself. And sometimes it takes immersing yourself into community, into your creative community. Like, if you feel lonely and you don't know, maybe like your in-person scene, create online community. Like, I have this idea of like creatives just, there's like writing drop-ins that some writers do. And so what if we did that for all mediums, right? Like, all right, everybody, every, I don't know, throwing out a day, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we sit in a Zoom and like create for an hour or for however long, right? The max is the hour. Can you imagine the amazing things that could be done? If anyone is interested, please holla at me, because like this could be a thing. But like, don't sleep on that, you know, like don't sleep on reading a poet's work, watching movies, not only as like the consumer of the art, but like as, in my case, I see things like plot and the world building and character development, and I'm just like, what? So, case study, you know, like study it. Be like, wow, this is really cool. I would have loved X, Y, Z. Like, this is where things come from, and they build and they become something else. So, if you have been feeling blah, you know, maybe my next thing is going to a poetry event here. You know, I'm also overdue for that. And reinvigorating, reviving what it is to really live through the lens of creativity. Know that I got hella time, because we don't know how long the time will last. So with that, I leave you, friends, family, and for those who celebrate Día de Acción de Gracias, gratitude's giving, right? Friendsgiving. I'm not a celebrator of what it means textbook wise, but I do celebrate being able to hold hands and commune and eat together with people that I may have not seen in a while. And so may you enjoy. I hope that the places that you are in are with chosen family that make you feel safe and If no one else makes you feel safe and I do, I hope that anytime you listen to me, you feel safe, because that is my intention. It is okay to be messy. Life is messy, and not in like a gossipy way, even if you got some tea. But sometimes we don't do things out of the fear of imperfection, but like, as much as you may want to procrastinate that thing because it's uncomfortable and you've never done it before and you're second guessing yourself, do it scared, do it in discomfort, as long as it takes you. I literally cleaned my whole bathroom procrastinating, and I'm like, girl, you know that you need to go back to this work. Get it done, because it is needed. Someone out there is looking for what you are creating, and sometimes that someone is you. Sometimes it's like teenagers, bro, reading your work. I'm even like, soliloquy of an ice cream has literally become a student stolen book like 3 times, and I'm just like, I never thought, right? And so I'm looking to discuss that, like the limitations of our own imagination while being a creative. That's a whole other episode, but we will talk about it. So enjoy y'all's meals. May you be in safe spaces. And as always, do not forget that you are magic. No te olvides que eres magia. Pas oublier que c'est magique. Take care and be safe, y'all.
Are you interested in unlimiting your healing journey? If so, please check out @𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐸𝐼.com, also in the show notes. If you want to begin your crystal collection, need a tarot reading for spiritual guidance, or a natal chart reading, the dates open up in next week, July 8th. So if you are interested in any of those things, we got decks, incense, sage, all of the things. Check out @𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐸.com and reconnect to your inner healing. Hey y'all, if you have not realized, I am using Anchor. I've been rocking with it for a while. It is now made by Spotify, and it's super cool because you can do it from your phone, from your computer, on their app or their website, and you can create ads to make money, subscriptions, etc., and it's free. And so if you've been waiting on getting your podcast on, Anchor might be the thing for you. You could get started today. Thank you for listening to the show. Check out our Patreon, the website in the show notes. Rate, review, and subscribe or share with the homie. And don't forget that you are magic. No te olvides que eres magia. Pas oublier que c'est magique. Take care and see you next week.